He's on the job. All right, cross your fingers. Oh, no, no, no. It's loading. It's loading. Come on. Do this for me. You can do this. You can do this. Oh my gosh, it loaded. Okay, guys, we got a $5 free-for-all. We're on the new map, Blocks. Blocks, Blitz style. Build that oil for money. You guys know the drill. It's really as simple as this. There's a bunch of levels, and it's going to be chaos. So none of the players have played the map before, so everyone is absolutely flying blind right now. So we'll see what happens. It's kind of funny because you could have deployed on the second level. Actually, I think as people learn the map, we'll have people who just deploy on the first level. You could just deploy on the first level. So Wen Chao in blue and Ed in purple in the top left, that's going to be the first early conflict. You'd never want to deploy next to your neighbor, but obviously the players have a blind map, so it's a lot more difficult. They don't really know what's going on, so you can't blame them, especially because they have no idea what the map looks like. So, we'll see. So as Ed can get an early knockout on Wen Chao, so then we're going to have Ed in purple on the top left. We got Newsy and Teal on the top right. I'm not familiar with him. And then a couple players you guys know. We got Zed in green on the right. And we got Luke orange in the left. Luke is at OP Blitz player, tried and true. He's taking down a couple pros in his day. So we'll see if Luke can come out strong here. And then we also got Ed, and Luke, all strong Blitz players. Purple. Wen Chao says purple is so pro. That's Ed, man. Ed is so pro. That's absolutely right. And that's right, Smary. Ed gets the first knockout. So Teal, I'm not familiar with Newsy, but he does seem familiar with the Blitz format. He's got his oils pumping. I like this from Zed. Zed and Luke both have a lot of real estate. I think deploying on that second level is nice because then you can build down to your first level if you need space, but you also have enough room to get things going. Gonna dive on the MCV here, but does not get it. So Zed tries to take an early hit on Luke, but is forced out, pays the price of a few tanks in the process. Luke able to hang on, still has his MCV. Everyone's struggling for money right now. And you know what, you guys, don't sleep on Newsy up in the top right, because as these other players have this early conflict, he's going to be in a nice position to get his economy going, get his tech up, and then come in and backdoor people and get some KOs. So keep an eye on him. Ed in the top left now out with some Eagles. I like that, I like that, I like that. Yeah, I like this map. I think this is a fun little FFA map. The old Almo, the empty Almo. A little monotonous, a little boring. This gives us a little more to work with. I like it. I like it. I like it. Makes me want to get the hype tank going. Get the people going. The hype tank should be a little longer, I think. I think the hype tank's just a little too short to really hype people up. So Luke now really spreading out on 3 different levels, getting his prism towers going. So now we move into this kind of mid-game in FFA where everyone just gets their money going. No one really wants to attack anyone because while you're attacking one person, your neighbor is going to come in and attack you. So you got to pick and choose. You got to be smart. There is a 10-minute timer though, so you want to go to work. You want to start knocking people out, getting some kills, and I like that from Ed. Ed now out with 2 AFCs, so he's going to have a lot of Eagles flying here soon. And Luke doing the same thing. Luke out now with 2 AFCs. Newsy in the top right loading up some BFs, and a nice push here from Zed. He does have a Kirov in that mix, and the Kirov's going to do some work. And Luke did not respond quickly enough to that Kirov. That Kirov's going to absolutely decimate. Gets a Patriot missile out, but the Patriot missile puts him low power, and the Kirov suicides into the oil derrick, and Luke loses his whole third level expansion there in the process. So now Luke going to counterpunch. Zed sends in the Eagles to take out his battle lab. Eagles flying all over the map right now. No one wanting to commit too much more other than Zed, because that was a nice hit from Zed with that Kirov. Nice attack from Zed. Zed lost that battle lab, but he did get his IC out in time before that. So Zed out now with the only super weapon. Battle lab put him behind. He was probably trying to get a nuke. He is on 10K. So Luke losing that expansion on the 3rd level. He lost 3 oils there, and you see his economy is now suffering for it. Now Teal pushing in on Ed, and Ed's slow to respond, and I think Teal is just going to keep pushing on that top side, and I don't know why Ed isn't reacting to this. Ed, for some reason, is not moving his tanks to defend his base. super, super slow. I think he may have just been a little distracted with his eagles there. Hard to say. The Eagles can just pick people apart on these small maps, and both allied players. Although we don't see Newsy in the top right. Newsy in the top right not taking a massive advantage of his AFCs. You see no eagles from him. And now on that second ledge, and Ed now going to push in on Luke. And Zed chilling on the right side. Ed does push on that left side there, but does have to pull back to the safety of his GIs. Those GIs up on that cliff now from Luke doing work. Wow, how is this going to settle out here? I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I feel like Teal, if Teal, the problem is people just keep bombing Teal's tech. So, which is kind of nice. If you got one guy chilling in the corner, just keep bombing his tech so he can't get anything too crazy going. I don't even remember when Luke lost his MCV in the bottom left. This is hard to keep track of. So now, oh, and Zed gonna push in with a cure up on the top right now. Luke doesn't have much left. Luke just has to spam Rockies, try to get lucky. Tries to take Ed's MCV in the top left, doesn't get it. Zed gets a pretty decent hit there with that Kurov. Does put him low tech again. That's good, keeping Newsy from getting too much tech going. And now Luke pushing in with Rockies. Ed has to run with his MCV. Not enough. Oh, and Ed's anti-air is completely reliant on Patriot missiles, but he is low power. Keep targeting the power plants. And Luke's just going to keep targeting those power plants, keeping Ed low power, and Ed with no anti-air. And as I say that, Zed is pushing in on Newsy in the top right here as well. And Luke's gonna get a knockout here. So now if Luke can get this knockout, then he just needs to stay alive and try to run out the clock, because he does have quite a few points right now. I don't think he'll be able to beat Zed in the game, but if he can try to run out the clock, he might be able to win on points. But Zed certainly doesn't want to let that happen. He's using his IC now in Newsy's base, using it to target his army. Gets quite a bit done. Maybe could have dove on the MCV. And now Zed in Ed's base, for some reason, he might not have that area of the map scouted. He might have no idea what's going on over there. But in the process, he flies into a swarm of Rockies, and all those Rockies are getting promoted. Luke is getting a really, really strong army now in the top left. A lot of elite Rockies. Luke Z looking really, really nice, but Zed is pumping on all cylinders down there in the bottom right. He's got his nuclear silo out now. A lot of rhinos. Wow. Okay, Zed really has to manage these flak tracks, try to slow down those Rockies. He should be able to. If you just have Rockies, it's really, really difficult. Luke tries to take a hit on Zed here. He could have tried to target those flak tracks, but the flak tracks are just you need to have some ground forces behind those Rockies, and he doesn't have it. So Zed's going to get the knockout here on Luke as well. Luke and Ed now completely out of the game, basically. 2 minutes remaining. Let's see if Zed can knock out Newsy, or if it'll come down to points.
Player defeated.
Luke quits out. Newsy gonna try to push in along that right side. There is just enough space. Now in Zed's base, Zed's tank's not able to get down there in time. It won't matter, no matter what he does here. These BFs are gonna get trapped. A nuke coming now on Teal. This nuke's gonna be absolutely devastating. Oh my goodness gracious. That's why you don't build your base so tight together. The size of a walnut makes that nuke target that much more devastating. Teal takes a big hit, nothing left, and Zed takes home the $5. Good job, Zed, buddy. Another $5 FFA after this. Another new map made by one of the players, one of the spectators. Forget what his name in game is.
Defeated.
Randomly internet person on Discord. What's your I forget. What's your Twitch name again?
Defeated.
And Zed takes it home. Zed, proud new owner of $5. Congratulations to Zed. All right, let's try this new one. I do not know anything about this map, so we will see. Well, actually, we'll do block again. Oh, Small. Sorry, Small. I forgot. I was like, all of a sudden I was looking at your Discord name and I was like, wait, who is randomly internet person again? Ugh. Brrr. Long day, Small. All right, we got to run this again because I got 8 players and your map's only for 4 players. So we're going to run blocks again now that the players know it. We'll run blocks again and then we'll kick some people and then we'll kick some people and run Small's map after this. Ah, come on, Cold. Cold, buddy. Cold's played in these games quite a few times. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there he comes. A little late to the party. Never count Cold out. All right, guys. More free-for-all action. $5 going to the winner. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. All the players hungry. All the players want it. This is now the second time playing this map, so the players should have a general idea of what's going on. It'll be interesting to see how they use their strategies. And so a couple players opting for that to deploy right at that second level. I think that's pretty strong, honestly. It does, obviously make you more of a target in some ways, but the higher ground can be really, really nice. And again, Wen Chao up in the top left ends up right next to a buddy. Let's see if he's able to pull out. Ooh, losing a lot of conscripts, not able to get in his bunker. Gonna lose the bunker battle in the top left. Newsy should get an early knockout here on Wen Chao. And so now let's look over here on the left side. We got Luke Z on the 3rd level, and then we got Ed on the 2nd level. And Ed, so Ed forced to pack up and leave. Luke, although Luke did not have the higher ground, he was able to build up to that 3rd level and chase Ed out. And so now remember, the players don't have things scouted, so they don't know what's going on. So, Ed, looking for safety, ends up deploying right on the doormat of Cold in red, who red might not know that Ed's there, but Ed's gonna be yellow's gonna be in a bad spot when red figures that out. Luke carving out a little space for himself, and somehow looking back in the top left, Wen Chao, blue and purple are still battling. I don't know how, but now we got Luke up on the ledge, gonna do some work raining down fire. And as I say that, red does see Ed there and pushes in, and Ed takes an early walk. Poor Eddie, boy. Poor Eddie.
Poor Ed, taking an early walk. That's okay, Ed. That's okay, Ed. We still believe in you, buddy. You did good, man. You did good.
Okay. Now Cold sending in the tanks into Zed's base in the bottom right. But Zed gonna make things as difficult as possible. He needs to get a lot done with these Eagles down here in the bottom right defensively. God, there's a lot going on here. There's one Rocketeer in Red's base. Okay, all right. Now the dust is settling just a little bit, moving into the mid game. Let's see what we got. Somehow blue is still alive with purple on the top left. I don't know what's going on up there. We got Ed. So Ed is out. Okay, so everyone's got their MCV except blue. Basically, blue's out. He's building Tesla troopers, but doesn't have a chance. So we got purple on the top left. That's Newsy. He was hanging and banging last game. Capable player. Slightly slower moving than some of the other guys, but does seem to understand the game, so don't count him out. Luke has a really nice base stretch in the top right. He's got 2 AFCs going, so he's going to start raining fire with those Eagles. I'm liking Luke's odds here. I really like his map control, but Red's kind of mimicking it. Red's kind of going for a similar thing, taking a lot of space as well, which is nice, but just isn't quite going as fast. But now some AFC wars here. We see Zed goes in and snipes one of Luke's AFCs. And Luke's the player to be worried about. I think that's smart from Zed, trying to slow him down a little bit. Zed out now, so Zed's the only player with the battle lap. So Zed now pushing tech, but oh, gonna get work done from the second level. Luke pushing in on Zed, no, forced to pull out. So Luke, yeah, Zed on 4K. Oh, and both players trade AFCs on the right side there. So yeah, so Luke and Zed are just going to continuously bomb each other's AFCs, and we'll see if Purple and Red are able to take advantage of their little spat on the right side and try to sneak in and make something happen. There's a Sniper doing work. Oh, Sniper doing work on the right side there, just cleaning out Zed's base of all the infantry, keeping him from loading up those BFs. And I think Luke could try to take advantage of this cliff and do some damage here, but Zed is gapped up, so Teal is gapped up, which makes it a little bit harder for Orange to know what's going on. But those GIs pushing on the cliff on the right side now, it's a nice look. And at the same time, Red, Cold in the bottom is going to push in on Zed. So Zed now feeling the pressure pinched from both sides. Luke in Orange and Cold and Red both pushing in. Zed forced to use his force shield. Forced to use his force shield. That's funny. Yeah, so Zed just in a bad spot between these two players. You see, you know, Red and Orange have both just taken over the entire map, left Zed to this little tiny corner in the bottom right, and Purple left to his own devices topside. No one's really picking on Purple again, similar as last time. He's building some siege choppers. He's got his Iron Curtain out. Okay, so now Luke coming in with the Rockies. He got a lot of work done last game with those Rockies, and he's gonna get him again with this match, especially if okay, so now Red out with another flat cannon, so he's gonna try to counter those Eagles a little bit more. Yeah, the allied players spamming Eagles can just be absolutely devastating, and really the only effective counter is if you are allied and you also are spamming Eagles. But as a Soviet player, it's definitely tricky. And you know, Luke right now could take those 8 Eagles and take out Red's MCV, easy as that. Honestly, he could probably snipe most players' MCVs. Zed has a gap generator, so no one knows what Zed has. So that's why Zed in the bottom right is staying alive right now. So Luke gonna take the plunge, dives in. Oh, big oil hit. Beautiful, beautiful move there from Luke. Not targeting the MCV, targeting the oil Derrick instead. And that's the issue on Blitz. If you are forced to build into your corner, you're playing with fire, because as soon as one of your oils gets targeted, you're gonna lose everything you got. Simple as that. Iron Curtain now on the left side from Purple. A little bit early with that Iron Curtain. Not going to get a whole lot done with it. Let's see what he decides to target. Purple might not have this part of the map scouted yet. He might just be kind of driving blind here. Because if he would have had it scouted, he could have dove for the MCV. And now Luke out with a third AFC in the top right. So Luke on 12 Eagles now and plenty of money to do it. The siege chopper's doing work on Red's tanks. Red has no anti-air. Now Red out with a flat cannon. Purple pulls back. And I think Luke just wants to stomp Zed out. You know, once you mess with a player, they're going to keep coming at you. Even if Zed can't win, it's now he has a vendetta, and he's going to want to make things as difficult as possible for Orange. So Luke's got to try to stomp things out as quickly as possible. And Red now pushing in with his Iron Curtain. And Purple's base is very dangerous. The orientation of this is very, very dangerous. That nuclear reactor did absolutely massive damage. Now we're going to dive for the MCV. Purple with no MCV, no War Factory, not much left. But going to go down swinging. Going to get a lot of work done if he doesn't counter those siege choppers in the top left. Prism Towers now on the second level from Luke on the right side. I like that. I like that. Taking advantage of the altitude up there. Shooting down. And Zed tries to counter with his BFs, absolutely outgunned and outmanned. Down the bottom left here, we have Red is now building Apox. And this is going to come down to quite the battle here between left and right, Red and Orange. And Luke uses his Chrono to drop some of Red's Rhinos on the cliff to destroy him. That's heads up. Unfortunately, we're not going to see much more of this game.
2 minutes remaining.
And there goes the 2-minute warning. So we only have 2 minutes left. Both players bunkered in so heavily. This will likely come down to points. Whoever's gotten the most kills this game will take home the $5. So, you know, both red and orange have gotten some knockouts, done a lot of work, but yeah, if they want to guarantee their victory, they're going to need to get a little bit more done. They should be looking to try to knock out these remaining players. Pretty easy pickings right now. Zed in the bottom right. He's got some early points, easy points to pick up. But Luke, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe these players don't want to let it go down to score. Maybe they'll try to make something happen. We do have an Iron Curtain ready. We have a Chrono coming. This Iron Curtain could be big. I'd like to see Red get those APOCs. He's got a handful of APOCs in the bottom left there.
Defeated.
I'd like to see him get those APOCs in position. And blast the Iron Curtain again, just a little early, targeting GIs. Tries to dive on the MCV a little too late, but force shields anyway. Pulling out now. Oh, his tank's out of position. Oh, but that shield does force him to go low power, so now Red pushing in. The Mirages up on that cliff are a nice move from Luke. Luke trying to kind of split him, flank him a little bit with those Mirages, but really good tank control from Red. Trying to battle on these multiple levels is really, really difficult. The pathing, when you tell your tanks to go somewhere, they get confused, they drive different routes, so it can be very difficult, but Red's doing a really good job. Eagles coming in on the left side. What's the target? What's the target? Moves the MCV and saves it. Heads up and does fly through some flak. Loses a couple Eagles in the process. So Red's got a bunch of APOCs, but he's not making a move. You know, Cold's played the format before. He knows there's a 10-minute timer. Sometimes when you're in the Blitz pit, you get a little distracted. Man, it would have been fun to see these APOCs in action, but at the same time, the reason the 10-minute timer, you guys can see these games turn into stalemates very, very often. So we'll see how the dust settles on the points there. And Cold takes it home pretty decisively. You know, the scores, it's kind of I don't know, it's a bit arbitrary, it's difficult to determine, but it's based on the value of units and stuff. But Cold does take that one home. About 20,000, 20 million, I don't know. Cold takes home the $5. All right. Cold, Luke, Zed.